What up, fellas? Paulie down in building. What's happening? By the way, if you're wondering why I'm called Paulie down, it's because I'm down to earth to talk about whatever. Fellas, let's start with this. Why I don't have any friends? God damn it, like why? One reason could be that I simply stopped drinking. I had a relatively successful career of alcoholism between the age of 13 and 17, and when I reached the peak of my youth, the age of 17, I just decided that this wasn't really a solution, a long-term solution for my happiness in the first place. And also a lot of my friends were not drinking at all alcohol, and that's why I basically stopped. And nowadays I don't even drink beer because first of all it's bitter, second of all it costs money, and third of all it's killing my brain cells. So why would I pay for something that I don't enjoy the taste of, that is making me dumber? Doesn't make any sense, right? But let me elaborate, fellas. When I was in my high school years, and even when I was studying abroad in a lot of countries, I was attending a lot of parties, so you know how it goes, the ladies, friends, and just having a good time in general. And in a lot of these parties, people were drinking relatively heavily. And even when I was like 20, I was drinking just a bit, but it cannot even be compared to my wild 14s and 15s of my life. But even when I was drinking a little bit, I just kind of figured out afterwards that when I did not really want to drink, then I suddenly figured out that I have nothing to talk about with these people in the first place. Because yeah, it's nice to talk about like, let's get wasted, let's drink vodka, rock and roll, you know what I'm saying? It's nice, but up to a certain age, it is fine, but then something like clicks into your head and you are just thinking like, maybe this is not worth it as much as we thought it is. And overall, throughout the times, I kind of like my closest friends, we were just really different. We were just not drinking at all. We were just preferring rather to spend the money on some good food, you know, some good steak or some good schnitzel with some rice and potatoes, like just enjoying the life without being constantly intoxicated with alcohol substances. Disgusting. But anyway, fellas, so when I was getting older, we were talking with my friends mostly about more intellectual discussions. We were discussing, let's say, for example, like crypto, or we were discussing also some other topics that are going to be more like, what are you going to be achieving in your life? What do you want to achieve? What is your path in your life? Are you going to be having a kid, or do you want to just have a successful career? If you want to have a career or you want to pursue university, in what type of field? Is it going to be the right path for you? Is it going to be something that is going to be fulfilling you? And we were just having these discussions relatively early on when I was like 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. And that's when I kind of like realized that when I was focusing on the hobbies that I really enjoyed, self-development, self-educating, and then I realized when I was self-educating myself, reading a lot of like different materials, audiobooks, I realized fast that nowadays a lot of people that we meet are unfortunately not your true friends. And I realized this about the age, I don't know, I was like 19, 20, 21, whatever, 22. And a lot of people that we just meet are just like people that are there. But the question is, if you really needed a help, would this person help you? Then I kind of realized that, you know, there is not really point in hanging out with a lot of people at all, because they just do not bring any value to my life in the first place, and I'm not really enjoying drinking that much anymore in the first place as well. And then after all, I just decided that, and also I just realized that a lot of people are just kind of like friends, but if they had an opportunity, they would actually unfortunately stab you in the back. And I had to learn this lesson a hard way. And that's why, for example, nowadays I'm just also, I let everybody to write their own story in my life. If I meet someone and he wants to be a friend, I'm giving everybody a clear shot. A little small comment, I do have friends actually, but I do not have that many friends. But let's say that I have maybe 3-4 friends. Like, it's not a lot, but I'm pretty sure it's much more valuable to have 3-4 friends that you can really call your friends, and if you needed help, they would they would not let you down than to have 1,000 friends, and if you just like tell a secret to someone else, suddenly 500 other people are gonna know about it. So that's my humble opinion, that sometimes 3-4 friends are more than 1,000 snake friends. I also want to point out that during the years of like elementary school and high school, you don't really realize it, but that is actually the time when it's easiest to make new friends in the first place, because everybody is kind of like forming their social circles. But once you go to the university, or then you find your first job, you actually realize that a lot of these people already, they have their own social circles, they already have their friends, and it's actually really hard to get into new circles in the first place, because people are just not willing to find new friends at all. Let's say that you just go to your job when you're like 25 or 23, after you finishing your master degree at the university. You suddenly realize that a lot of people at your job are already busy. They either have their girlfriends, or they have kids, family, they already have some responsibilities that they need to take care of. So their free time is already very limited, because they need to spend most of the time with either the social circles that they already have established, like friends, family, or they already have some other hobbies that they are following. You are the average of the 5 people that you are meeting the most daily. So let's say that if your friends are going to be smoking, drinking alcohol a lot, there's going to be a high chance that you're gonna end up in a similar manner, in a similar way as well. And therefore I think that we have a little bit of switch nowadays with the new social media era, that nowadays also the social influencers, YouTube influencers, are actually can be considered to be your friend. I know it can be a little bit cliche, but social influencers are actually can be considered to be your friends, because they are giving you the tips. Let's say for example that you are watching me, or you're watching someone else who is like giving you some tips, or like self-development tips, and I think that they can just really give you and open your eyes to the new ideas, and just like enrich yourself and provide the value for yourself, educate you, and just be, you know, sometimes giving you the answers that you are looking for, because your best friends or your friends are too busy in the first place. A quick tip on how to find the friends in the first place is that you simply need to find a hobby, or you need to find a topic that you really enjoy, and just don't be shy to speak out. If you, let's say that, play a video game like World of Warcraft, and you are really just enjoying it, then suddenly if you are just like going in a dungeon, or you're going in a raid, just don't be afraid to like speak out and try to make friends. And that's how I actually made so many friends across the globe while playing World of Warcraft and other online games as well. Of course, it can be possible in many other games like Counter-Strike, Global Offense, even though there's quite a lot of grumpy Russians swearing at you. But just be open, anyone. Suddenly you might meet a Russian fellow that is really nice and really pleasant, and suddenly you can have a really productive discussion. But it's relatively hard in the Counter-Strike or Global Offense, of course. But if you want to find friends, just follow the hobby that you like and just make friends in that hobby. If you like specific topic, let's say that you like ETF, maybe try to join some Discord communities. Maybe try to find influencers in this area that are going to be educating you. And also remember that nowadays, unfortunately, not everybody is your friend, and that's why I feel that sometimes it's just better to have less friends that are real than to have thousands that don't mean shit. Anyway, fellas, thank you for watching this video. Please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, write me in the comments what do you think about this discussion. I had a really good time. Thank you, and see you in the next one. Sayonara.